Hey guys, it's me. I'm walking to the end of the driveway to take a package down. I do reselling part-time, and I thought I would share with you guys a little bit of the garden that I've been working on and some of the plants and stuff that I have going on. So I'm just gonna flip the camera around. I look like crap. Haven't done my makeup or anything, so this is it. But let me switch it around. So we've been working on, this is like the front door, but we're gonna change it out. Hey, look at me. We're gonna change it out eventually to a real front door, but we used to have this as our back door, but it is on the street side of the house. And so, but for a long time, our driveway actually goes around the side of the house, and so we were using the other side. But I wanted to start with this cute little plant I bought for the shade because it does really well in the shade. Isn't that super cute? It is a, hold on, I don't know the name. Apparently I pressed a button. This is a cane-like begonia. So anyways, I just got this at Walmart, I think, but it was so cute, so I picked it up. My cat bed. I want to get a box and then something eventually, and then down the road eventually we're gonna put pavement or a deck space right here coming off of this step, and that way this will all be covered. But we've been trying to kill off all this brush down here, and I did put a little hanging plant up here temporarily, and then we have to finish. We've got some trim that we put up, and I need to finish it off. Also, I threw out, I think this is probably pumpkin, and last year it grew some small, there's small like white pumpkins that are really small, so I think it just reseeded again and gave I have some more pumpkins. So we have this little platform that Mike built to go, because we dug out this section because it gets a lot of rain, so it's kind of like a little moat when we get a lot of rain. And then Mike bought a pepper plant that I'm going to pot out like into the ground. He was trying to grow it inside. I told him that's just not going to happen. It's kind of funny. And then so we've been clearing out, working on like water stuff. We need to get a thing to go around some spigots down here. And then it's starting to rain too. This is what I was worried about. So, we've been burning some stuff up front right now, getting rid of and clearing out. My office is there, and so this was all overgrown, and so Mike got that mostly pulled. There was a pile of wood back there, so we got that all pulled out, and he was burning it. I've got a few pieces of trash he found that I need to pick up and then mow all that back down, and then the gate that he's been putting in so that way people can't go to the back of the house very easily anyways. And then my gazebo. My poor gazebo is not a gazebo anymore, but the 4 o'clocks have started growing up again around the gazebo, which are beautiful, but I'm going to try to transplant some of them. I really want to keep them. This lovely hill has been overtaken by grapevines, and I don't know if these are producing grapes, but our neighbor sprayed the grapevines with something and killed them all back, but they are coming back just slowly. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. So I did buy a hibiscus, I think it is. Really pretty yellow one, but it's not blooming right now, you can see. And then our blackberries on this side. This was the original one we bought. It's doing okay, but it's not amazing. And then this one took off this year, which it was like so small for like 3 years. And this year it's just like, it just took off. Not as great as the one that I have on the other side of the house. The other one is amazing, much bigger berries, but this one's definitely got a lot of berries on it. So we'll see, because the birds do like to try to eat these. So if I get lucky, I'll be able to get some of them. But yeah. Our goal is to get more and more blackberries on property, and then maybe some raspberries. So in this bed, my elderberry is doing really well. It's coming along. And then the tomatoes, I ended up, because we thought that with the frost that it killed, in fact, that one's looking a little questionable, but that bag that Mike thought was going to work did not work, and it did. The frost had killed them, so I went and bought a couple more plants, and then these started to grow back. But the ones that I bought after the frost, I planted in like here and here on the outside of the bag, and then the same thing over here is this one and that one. So they're doing amazing. The one that he bought and we had in the bag originally, this one did come back. You can see that it's like in the bag, it's coming up, it's doing all right, but definitely not as good as if it was not in the bag. You can even see that. And then I did move one of them over to this bag because the other one had died pretty much all the way back, but it's not doing good in this. But this is also a little bit of a shadier spot, so I kind of wonder if that had something to do with it. Also, I feel like there was, well, I don't know if there's more ants or not. I guess there's probably ants in this one too. I've been trying to kill off the ants too. It's just crazy. I'm trying to put my zinnias back in here. I think there's a couple growing, but I don't know if the seeds I put in there were not great. They're ones that I had saved from previous seasons, so, but it was a couple years ago, so I don't know if they were viable. And I did throw them in there, so they may just grow. I've been trying to weed through and pluck stuff that I know are not zinnias, but some of that is not zinnias. I think maybe that one is right there. That one might be, but I don't think so because the leaves are rigid. But anyways, so this bed I started to clear it out of all the weeds, and I'm gonna get rid of that. I need to attach my sprinkler system to it, and then Mike said we're gonna take out these support boards in the middle, and then I'm gonna actually start getting some stuff to fill this. And what? You crazy? You just running up here? That's Georgie. And so he bought some corn, and I was like, I don't want to try corn, but he wants to try it again. So we're gonna I have some, like, what do you call it, cardboard boxes that I've been saving. So I'm gonna get this cleared out the rest of the way and get the water stuff hooked up, and then I'm gonna put the cardboard boxes down and then start getting some soils and stuff for it. And I'm just gonna make it shallow. I'm not gonna like fill the whole thing up, and then we'll put some corn at the bottom. And I did just buy this cute little rhododendron, and hi BB. So I really like the colors on it, but I am going to I put it over here because it's kind of a little bit of a shadier spot on this side of the garden because of the big tree right here. So it just kind of lends for a little bit more shade. So that is going to hopefully grow well there. 'Cause last time I bought a rhododendron, I put it right about over there in the middle, and then the boars, the wild boars came and literally just destroyed it. They wanted the water that was coming out of the hose right there that I had, and they just ended up tearing the entire area up, including my plant. I have a zucchini here that Mike accidentally bought, thinking it was a bean, which is kind of funny. And then the rest of this over here from past years is, like, the rest of that I haven't weeded. I haven't done anything in these. I've just been slowly taking my time. My asparagus is huge. I have yet to even try harvesting it, but my goal is really going to be to get it outlined in some kind of like cement cinder blocks, and then maybe level up the dirt and mulch it really well so that next year hopefully there won't be a bunch of weeds, and when I see the asparagus come up, it will just sprout. This little bed planter thing that I put in here a couple years ago, it was a sandbox that I had gotten. I'm taking it out because we're now using this as a driveway. So, and then this little hill, which is cool and all, like you saw it from the other side. It's so overgrown. So I'm gonna try to like just cut it all back. Hey, get out of there. My little trumpet vine I thought died, but it's sprouting right here at the base where her tail is at. And she's gonna knock all my plants over. And I did plant in some zinnia seeds here the other day, so I'm hoping that this whole side of that will grow with zinnias. And then I can't remember what these are called. It's some kind of flower. Goodness gracious, I don't even remember. And then I did plant some more bulbs of them, and they're starting to peek up. You can see coming out right here. So I'll have to look up the name of it. Starts with a G. Anyways, I'll put it on the screen. And then I did put in some seeds right here, and I did add some seeds for sunflowers also, just a couple sporadically along the back right there in the middle, I guess you could say. So hopefully I'll get zinnias there, some sunflowers. These will bloom and die, so those will go away anyways. And then I added some I think it was stalks. I don't remember. I think it was stalks. And then over here, I planted my pineapples. I've been growing these from the tops of pineapples. I've had them in those clay pots over there. And I brought them and decided to just plant them this year outside and hope that they grow. And then I did get one of these plants. I really like these. I can't remember the name of it. I'm like, my brain's gone. And then my Easter lily that I planted several years ago is now got these 4 sections off that one plant that I picked up years ago. And it is just doing amazing. It's like beautiful. So I really want to get more Easter lilies. And so, but look, I'm gonna have like all these gorgeous blooms this year. And then my yucca plant, I really wanted one of these. I've seen them. They grow all over Texas. People have them everywhere. And they produce, once it's bigger, it'll have these like stalks that have really pretty pink blooms on it. So I was really happy to get one of these this year. And that's it for really what I've done so far on this side of the house. So just to kind of span it, I am going to be working on clearing out all these different sections. And since we're now using the front of the house, like this is the driveway here coming around and then up to the front of the house there, and then we come back down right here, and then we're just closing off to try to, and then eventually I'm going to do like gardening on the other side of the house, but this year won't happen because I think I'm going to get raised beds and like work on making like bed spaces back there instead. So that's going to take me a long time. But for now, I'm wanting to get more decorative, like flower gardens going. Of course, I'll have asparagus. But since I don't have a beds in the back, we did tomato and like a couple random things this year over here. I did plant seeds, so I'll take you in later to my where I did seeds and show you what I have going on. It's out in the shop. So I'm going to stop the video though because I have to walk all the way down to the end of the driveway. Actually, you can walk with me for a minute. But I have to go all the way down there and drop off my package. I do reselling on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop, Etsy, all of those sites. And I do have a YouTube channel for that. Mostly just for resellers that like reselling. So it's not super interesting for most people. But you're free to go look it up if you want. It's Sweet Creek Thrift. And you're free to watch those videos if you want to subscribe over there and watch what I sell. I sell part-time and then I have my full-time job. It's really pretty here. We have decided, I don't know if I said this on a previous video or not, because I don't post on this channel as much, but we want to film, I think I did show you guys, but we want to get cows, but Mike really wants to get goats as well, so I don't know. But we're going to just slowly work on fencing it up a little bit at a time. And then maybe we'll have our friends bring their goats over for a little bit in the winter time if we can get it all fenced at some point. And let the goats eat all this stuff. They live about a mile down the road, so I bet she would bring her goats. And then I'm gonna have to spread out, or like these pine trees that are small, I'm gonna try to use them for like Christmas trees. I think I did say this on a previous video, but you're getting another one. So it is really pretty though, the wildflowers that that they're growing right here. But it's all overgrown. And then we get these lovely anthills. So it's just a mix of, it feels like we're out in the country, which we are. Feels like we're out. But yeah, I need to cut down some of these trees in the next, like at least trim them or top them, because our power lines are right there. So they're starting to get to the point that we don't want them to keep growing too high, but maybe cut the tops and let them grow out wider. And then also my crepe myrtles are down here, so I guess we can go check on those before I put this in the mail. And then I've got to hightail it back because I'm on my lunch break for work. And also I want to make sure I'm not stepping on snakes because I didn't mow down here in the last week. So I'm being extra careful because there's a bunch of snakes out. People are seeing them anyways. So I planted my crepe myrtles. I'm not going to cut them, top them, or anything. I'm just going to let them do their thing and bush as much as they can. And when I planted them, it froze. And so it kind of crippled them a little bit. So this one actually did really well. It came back up on its original stem. And I don't know if it's because it was in a pot for so long and then it had an anthill in it. So there were ants at the base of that one. And these two did not have ants. Oh, but look, it is growing back. Awesome. I hadn't even checked. But it started to grow back at the base. And look, the stem did start sprouting. I'm so happy. And this one too. I was actually going to come down and cut those stems off, but now I'm glad I didn't. I was really hoping that it would come. And then this one, same thing. No, this one I think definitely did die. The stalk did, but it's coming up back really well at the base. So at least they survived. They didn't completely die. But my goal is to try to start blocking off the street. There is a power line right above this. So I was trying to find something that does really well. Plus it's at the end of the driveway, so it's not going to get water unless it rains. And I was trying to find something that does really well here in Texas, but that's also drought tolerant, things like that. So that's why I decided to go with crepe myrtle. Plus I wanted it to be pretty, so I wanted color. And the ones that I picked out are red flowers. So there we go. And I'm gonna get more. And I just planted some crepe myrtle seeds, so I don't know if they're gonna grow, but if they do, I'm gonna get more. If not, and I'm gonna line a few more and fill it in to try to make like a good barrier wall. And then we're gonna put the fence line right about here, so we'll have just this strip between this fence and then another fence right here. And then I'm gonna fill it with, I don't know, because the power company will still possibly come in and use it. So I'll try to make enough space between my tree line and the fence line to where they can put a vehicle in right there. So I'll tell Mike we want to do our fence like just back enough farther that they don't have to like mess with any of that. But they do have right away to come and work on the power line. So, all right, George, you stay here. I'm gonna go put the mail in the mail. Okay. Okay, so I put my mail in the mailbox and I was coming back up and I forgot. This bush right here on this tree is a beautyberry bush, and it produces beautyberries. So it's really big this year. I might actually try to use the beautyberries this year. You can't eat them, but they're really bright, vivid purple. I've showed them on my like Instagram and stuff before, but people do use them to make like think jellies and stuff. So I might look up a recipe and see if I can use it, because look how big it is. But then those dang grapevines, you guys, they are everywhere. They're climbing the tree and everything. So yeah. Okay guys, so it's after work and I thought I would show you this mess. Look how tall this blackberry. It is taller than I am. These stalks are literally giant. It has been producing flowers. However, there was maybe a section that, or some berries that I never got to. And so I don't know what happened to them, if they just dried out before they actually fully ripened. But there are definitely berries still. Look at how big these are. It's like a couple fingers width. This one. This is the Prime Arc Freedom. I've told you guys before. This one is even bigger. Grab it because it's definitely ripe. This one looks close enough. Looks like I've got a couple down there, but just 3 of them. These are giant berries. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these, take them inside, and then I'll come back out and show you what I've been working on. But as you can see, these bushes, this one is like doing amazing where we live. Okay, so my little bird bath, I brought out my elephant ear that's in that. And then this is coming back. It was the, why can't I think of all the names today? The, oh goodness sakes. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the name on the screen. But it was the big, tall, bushy one with the pink flowers last year. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of nice. And I think I have some little elephant ears in here coming back too. And then over here, my canna lilies are coming back, the ones that Mike keeps trying to mow down. He likes to not have anything up against the house, but it just keeps growing. And I have some more elephant ears. And then I had the pineapples over here in the crepe myrtles, so I did take them all out of this section. And then I'm going to go in and show you my messy shop, but I'm going to show you where I'm doing my garden starts. So let me get in here. Hopefully there's no snakes. So in here I put my plant. This used to be in my office, but since I'm doing reselling and I'm doing clothing, and I can't have it such a mess in there. So what I decided to start is basil, celosia, the balsam flowers, straw flowers, marigolds, love in a mist, which I've never grown, is these two, and pumpkin on a stick. So I'm not sure if those are going to do well, but we'll see. And then I have sugar baby watermelon, zinnias, and dill. And then this one I started the candy roaster squash, which I really liked when I grew it, so I decided to try growing a bunch of them. I've got 6 slots of it over here, so we'll see. And then loofahs, Amish melons, which is like cantaloupe, and then just regular cantaloupe. And then at the top, I'm too short and I don't remember what I planted, so let's see if I can read it. Oh, the canna lilies, blackberries, raspberries. I can't read it all. Blackberries and raspberries. Anyways, just some other random stuff that, crepe myrtles. I was going to try growing some crepe myrtle trees. And then I did put some of my garden stuff right here, just in case you're interested. But the shop is a big mess. But anyways, so that is my current situation with where I'm putting my plant starts. And then the cats are all out here. This is Spooky. This is Angel. And this is Coley. And I don't know where Subby is. Hi, everybody. You all wanting pets, huh? Are you all wanting pets? Everybody wants pets. Okay. Okay, Angel. And Spooky. You wanting to pets? They're all wanting pets. That's hilarious. Come run and play. Come run and play. So anyways, we had our garbage dumpster here for the longest time, and we had the garbage guy coming back here, but it's so much peaceful back here. So this is like what I'm saying is I'm gonna, yes, we still have to finish the painting that, but I'm gonna be putting in this whole area. I want to do like this whole back section along the fence line, going back that way after we burn this burn pile, is to be the garden beds, like a raised bed, but then keep a good portion out here as grass for like running and playing. So if we have grandbabies one day, they can run around out here. Hi, I see you. And then I wanted to come show you, this is our peach tree. It has bloomed quite nicely, and we did get a bunch of peaches last year. So I guess I can't wait to see if we do get them again this year. I did put some fertilizer or some like tree fertilizer around it maybe a week or so ago. Maybe a little bit too late in the season, but I decided to do it anyways. But yeah, so we're supposed to have some rain and storms this week. So you can see the Texas clouds. It's looking a little questionable over that way, but nothing major right now, which is really nice. And I don't want to have any. I can hear the birds in the trees. Okay, so this is not usually gardening stuff, but just because I haven't really shown you guys, I used to do gardening in here. My garden stand that I was just showing you was right here. My daughter called, so I decided to come in here. But anyways, in case you haven't seen I do a little cute little garden sign. But if in case you haven't actually seen my office and what it looks like now, I have been working on, oh, now my husband's calling. Okay, so my husband just called. I was outside and my daughter called in and was like, I'm ready to be picked up. And so I came in to tell my husband, and now he's gone, and he called me to tell me I had packages in the mail. But anyways, I used to do gardening in here and it was a lot messier. So I used to show you guys some videos. So I figured I would show you guys what my office looks like now. I haven't really shown anybody on this channel. So I painted it pink, which I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I have my beautiful flower, my puzzle that I may put together right here in this poster. And then I found this picture at Goodwill. And then I put this collage together a long time ago, before we moved to Texas. And then my job I do right here, my full-time job. And then this is my other computer that I do for reselling and stuff like that. And then got little bins here. It's not completely done yet. I'm still working on it. I still have doors to put on this thing here. They're currently sitting right there. I have a desk that I use just as like a packing station, basically. And then I want to get another desk that looks just like this one and put it here. So like all of this eventually will be cleared up. Also, I want to add some more cabinets along the wall up here a little bit further. And then eventually I'll probably end up moving this shelf possibly to the storage, but I'm not sure yet what I'm doing with that. I am working on a storage room in the back, since I have an extra room back there. So I've been working on storage there. So anyways, I just have a bunch of stuff that I'm working on reselling, and I like hang up my clothes. Like I have a whole bunch of stuff that I picked up to sell, and I like hang it up here. And then like all my inventory is here on this side. So yeah. And then I got myself an air conditioner that I haven't put in yet, just because my wall AC in my bedroom is not going to last this year probably. But anyways, and then I have my sign over here that I'll show you real quick. This is my Be Still and Know That I Am God. It's a metal sign. So I really like that scripture verse. And then my mom sent me this a while back, a couple years ago actually, and this started to die, but it finally came back, so I'm really happy about it. So yeah, do you like my little mirrors showing me? But anyways, I got these cute little mirrors to go. I'm gonna put one like here so I can replace that stand-up mirror, and then I think I'm putting another one in there, and then maybe another one over here, some kind of like sporadic mirror situation. But one here because I do my contacts right here. And so anyways, so yeah, I used to go out that door to do gardening, and my garden's right out there. But this door was leaking a lot, so we sealed it until we might actually just build a wall and then do like just a window here, just since I'm not actually gardening in this room anymore. So I really don't need the window, but I do like that it's floor to ceiling. So for now, it's just a glorified window that we just caulked it all shut and stuff. So I know my floors aren't done. At some point we might do our floors. Mike wants to do like recoat it with concrete glaze and then like, or paint it or do something. So, but yeah, it's still a work in progress, but yeah, this is what it looks like now. Alright guys, I just wanted to come back and say thank you so much for watching, and if you're new here, please subscribe if you want to see what's going on in my garden, and how it progresses throughout this year and in the following years as I slowly work my way back through and redo everything from the beginning. If you're interested to see how and what I grew in the last, like maybe not the last couple years, but several years ago I did a bunch of gardening and it was amazing and I really enjoyed it. But I have been working super hard on reselling for a few years, which all prompted because I got bronchitis a couple years ago and it wiped me out completely and I stopped doing anything for a couple years. But I am getting back into the gardening bug. So, but again, just as you saw, I don't have anywhere to put my my main garden sections. Like they're overgrown, all the stuff from the previous years, but I'm just gonna slowly just look at do a little bit at a time and slowly work my way through. Redoing little sections, adding decorative flowers on the front of the house, and then eventually getting some garden beds built in the back where I want to do more of like vegetable gardening. So yeah, so anyways, that was a long spiel, but again, it is what it is this year. So, but if you're interested in following along, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video, whenever that is. Bye.